Okay, so let's start with yesterday's trades, current positions, the watch list for today, and yesterday's breakouts and breakdowns. And actually, before I start with those, I just wanted to say that do not ever buy or short stocks that I buy or short or that I think have a big potential to the upside or to the downside. Um, Someone yesterday told me they had bought a stock that I thought had great potential. The problem is that person bought it 20% higher than where I passed on it because I thought it would be a chase. So I don't ever want to see anything like that again. It's just so stupid. Just because I thought it had great potential, that person basically thought he could buy it at any price without consequences. And that's just the fastest way to the poorhouse. Okay, so let's start with the trades from yesterday. So CLF, I scaled out a little bit more. I'm now in less than half size. And I'm gonna try to hold this position for a longer trade, maybe a couple of months or something. Pola, I moved to another account just to free up some buying power. This is my smallest account, so I moved it to this account here. SGYP got stopped out, tiny loss, a few pennies. Wix, I sold some into strength. I still think this thing can go to 70 plus over the next few weeks or months. And I'm gonna use this 59.40 area as my stop now, because that's the recent retracement. NetEase, a new earnings position initiated yesterday. I bought it at 291.68. A little bit of a chase, I guess. I should have maybe bought it a bit earlier, but I wanted to wait and see for the volume. And it has some decent volume. It didn't have any blowout earnings or anything, just great earnings. It took out like a 6 month. This is like a kind of a cup or whatever you want to call it. And like a 6 month range. This thing can very easily go to 320, 340. I don't know. My stop is probably gonna be 280, 281 area, maybe even a bit higher. I haven't decided yet. AMD, so I talked about this potential breakdown below Wednesday's lows. I had an alert set on it, like 13, 17. I still managed to miss it. I just looked away and the stock was like 10 cents lower. I tried to get in on pops. I only got filled 100 shares, which I covered before it closed. CLVS, it showed some relative weakness compared to the biotechs overall in mid and late day. After showing relative strength near the open, which is kind of ironic. Now this is, if we pull back, like we are a bit extended short term in a lot of indices. Looks like we're gapping down today. But I think I decreased my long exposure and decreased my long exposure and increased my short exposure yesterday because I've been afraid of a short-term pullback in the market, so I should be fine. So CLVS is one that I initiated. What I wanted to say, it's a very overextended stock, or not. It's not overextended. Nothing is ever overextended. But it is extended, and if we keep pulling back, this thing could be down 10 points before you know it. Obviously, the risks are some kind of data or buyout or something on these kinds of biotech names. So Kala is holding up like a champion. They just can't push it down. I'm actually at a point I'm willing to add to it if it takes out this 905 range, or actually this 910 range, since it's trading at a 5 cent spread, or 910, 915 ish range, and then use this 860 as my stop for those ads. So I still think it can go to 10, 12 plus. So Pola, I moved to this account from another account. Pixelworks, just holding up really well. It dipped with the market near the open and just closed very strong. OCLR, I sold a little bit more just to lighten up on my longs a little bit. Actually went briefly green near the close. I think if it takes out this 1090, 1095 area, I may add to it. Ideally it goes sideways a few more days. It's kind of building higher lows here for now. My stop now is $10, or actually 990. So I moved my stop on this twice now. And that's what I'm doing on my longs all the time, like scaling out a little bit every couple of days and just raising my stops. CTRL, did with the market closed? It's holding up well. I think it has potential to go higher. CNAB woke up yesterday, really nice move. So I'm up like about almost 30% to my position now. So I sold about a third, or no, actually a quarter yesterday. And it hit my first target, which is $2, and now I think 250 is the next target for it. And I'm gonna use break even as my stop. ICHR holding up well. Tesla, wow, Tesla just oh my god, it's gapping down big in pre-market. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna cover it. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm gonna cover some in early pre-market. This is, wow, it's a really home run trade. I'm up 12, as of now I'm up $22 on my position, and my initial risk was $2, so I'm up 11 times my initial risk. You know, this is the kind of thing that builds accounts. You know, risk 1 to make 10. That's just how trading should be. Risk small to make much more. Really a home, not necessarily dollar-wise. Yes, it is a 5-figure trade, but just really risk reward-wise, it is truly a home run trade. URA faded a bit more yesterday, covered some. I think this thing can go back to low 17s. Probably gonna use this 19 area as my stop. Labu, I sold some into the strength. It had big strength out of the gate. I sold tiny, then I sold some more when it went red, and then I sold some more near the close. Gonna use this low, actually mid 43s as my stop, a little bit above break even. I think it could still go higher, but can't. But you know, you gotta scale out on the way. ATH pulled back a little bit, held some key support areas. Gonna use this 50-50 as my stop. If it closes below this 10-day, or actually loses this 10-day rising moving average, I'm gonna get out of it. VRX shorted some out of the gate. Should have done more size. It's really liquid, you know. Should have done more size. But it was a decent trade. Held some overnight. I think it can fade back to mid-low 15s, especially if the biotechs overall pull in. BIIB, actually very disappointed in this one. I thought it would fade a couple of more bucks, or at least another $2 or so intraday, but I was up like 4,000 on it, and it just grinded back. I got a little bit too greedy on it, I guess. IMGN, I tried to buy the breakout, but the biotechs all faded near the open, so the breakout failed big time. Took a little bit of a loss on it. It still looks good. It's still inside of this range, building higher lows still, and one of these days it takes out this 260 area. It could go to 3+. Dries, I tried some, no juice. Oh, looks like it's gapping up in pre-market. Wow, a big gap up. What the hell? Wow, it's at 570s. Huh. Going to check the news later. CSAN, I anticipated a potential end of day breakout on this thing. Big volume. It was hanging out near the highs of the past couple of sessions, and I bought it here 320-ish, 325 or something. But it just stopped me out for a tiny loss. I was in like third quarter size, just tiny start. I was looking to add to it. Today I'm still looking for a long on it potentially. Very heavily shorted, and yeah, could surprise. It starts taking out key areas to the upside. I'm willing to buy back. CMBX, try to short it. Try to short it here when it was about to lose VWAP. No, actually here, late day, but just bounced perfectly off this VWAP and rising higher lows all the way intraday. A big run into the close. Now this is probably gonna be one of my main watches. Ideally, this thing squeezes to mid-high threes out of the gate for a great short. I think there's a $1.50 pullback coming in this thing in the next few days. And I'm willing to swing it for multiple days. It looks really good. Really, really good for a short. So those were the trades and positions. Let's do the watch list real quick. REN, it's still holding up really well. I'm gonna take this. So AMD, I was looking to short this on pops today, but it's gapping down with the market, so that sucks. ICPT, it just traded with the overall biotechs. There's really nothing here for me. So CLVS, I'm already short, as you know. BIIB, maybe there will be another trade. I guess not, since all biotechs overall are trading down in pre-market. I was hoping for a green open, but probably not gonna happen. UVXY had a big fade mid-late day yesterday, like a really big fade after having a really big run in the AM. But I'm thinking, maybe it could fade again. I don't know. I may trade it both ways. We'll see how the market acts. Another little bit overextended small cap biotech could potentially be a trade here. Probably not. Other one had earnings yesterday, stopped at the resistance. Could be a short, mean reversion trade here. Another small cap bio. This one I'm probably gonna trade with a good setup. This one had bullshit buyout rumors yesterday from the CEO. This ESPR, as you know, I tried to short it this day here. If it can pop to 25 plus, I may try some. MNTR, another OTC wheat name. This thing probably needs to go to 354. CMBX I talked about. PSIX, we can push to 9-10 bucks. I may willing to try it. Okay, so here are some long watches that I may be interested in. Again, I'm not really excited about buying stuff right now with the indices overextended. Like this one looks really good, and there are a few things that look really, really good, but for potential breakouts, but just gotta be careful right now. I think the easy money in the markets is over. There's been a lot of easy money the past month, or actually the past 2-3 months really, but especially the past month has been really smooth for me personally. Okay, this one actually tried to break out late there. I'm gonna take it off. Now this one, I was talking about it back here, and now it just keeps building higher lows. That's a little bit of a range break. Very beaten down name. One of these days it's gonna be at 24-25 bucks. So okay, this one is gapping up in pre-market. Wow, it's almost at 5 bucks. Maybe that's why Dries is gapping up too. So we'll see. Maybe a long, maybe a short. And this one also. This one, when I'm watching on the long side, had enormous volume yesterday. Maybe it can get around the 2 plus. Who knows? This one I'm gonna put here. A little bit of a bottom breakout, ultra low price stock, so I passed on it. This one, no setup on it for now. Plug, maybe if it breaks this 117 area, I could have another leg up. It's building higher lows for now. A few more days of sideways would not hurt. This one needs to break this 445 area, I guess. Dries again is capping up. Naked. Higher lows. Has a little bit of a range here, but this one looks great. I have an alert set on this one. Could surprise, could surprise. Another one has a little bit of range here. I missed the breakout out of this range, had a nice little move. And since then it's just building higher lows. This thing could go to $2 if it wants to. INFI, another one building higher lows. Has a bit of a range here. Tight range candles several days in a row. Could go to $3. And yeah, so Ethereum I've been talking about a lot. Let's look at some of the breakouts from yesterday that I want to track over the next few weeks or months. This one had an analyst upgrade, ultra thin name. If I had more volume, I would have bought it. But so this is one of the few biotechs that had a breakout yesterday. It actually went slightly red after gapping up, went red, and then just they bought it back up. Another one, coal stock, had earnings, gap down, and then it just bought it back up. This oil gas name had some earnings. Pretty good looking. Another one, I think they had earnings. Looking at the chart, they probably did. PTCT tried a little bit of a bottom breakout, or actually a mid-range breakout. They have data. I think they have data. Yeah, they have data this quarter. So this thing just too dangerous to hold overnight. They had a PR. Another oil gas name had decent range break. Had a earnings report. Taking out multi-year range, kind of higher lows for a year. Decent volume, yeah, could go to 40 or something. So this was up because it's gonna show in the small cap S&P small cap 600. So sometimes these things have followed through, most of the times not. It's like with analyst upgrades. So not really exciting. This one had earnings, but it's kind of. The breakout was really here, so this is kind of a chase. NTs I'm long. Tried a little bit of a breakout yesterday. This is the type that can really go to 60, 70 cents. ERS, no volume. Tried to break out yesterday. AMD I talked about. Now this one went, and it went big. Next stop $3. Yeah, anyways, so that's it for now.